Howdy y'all, thanks for tuning in. Today I've got a CLAAS VOLTO 800TH. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for the wind. It is a little windy today, but we've gotten this fluffer on loan, on demo from Kane Equipment to show you guys. Normally our channel is just following my day-to-day life and what all I do on the farm, but today I've got a special little deal here going on for y'all to see. They've been kind enough to let us borrow this fluffer. It's brand new to show y'all and give y'all my thoughts. Free reign on whatever I think I feel like I need to say, I can say on this stuff. I also did a review on a Kuhn speed rake 108 G2. Y'all can check that video out as well if you're not subscribed or following the channel, if you'd like. This is a CLAAS, and it is a 6-star or 6-basket tedder. I'm going to go over some of the features and show y'all everything. There was another video before this of this fluffer in use. We ran this fluffer for probably approximately 3 days in the field. We put quite a bit of ground through this machine, and I really like this machine. I really like this one, and I'm going to go over the reasons why. The first thing is these stars have 7 tine bars, which a lot of tedders only have 6, but this one does have 7. It comes with a heavy-duty steel tine teeth. The front bumper bars have actually got a really unique design to them. I've never seen this before, and I think it actually might be better. The tedders we have steel bars across here, and they're bad to get hairline cracks in them, and if you don't catch them in time, they'll actually crack and start to break off, and you have to weld them up. And CLAAS has come out with this design that has, it's like a plastic composite-like material to hold these guard bars in front to keep anybody from walking into it. And honestly, my opinion of these is, first I didn't think I'd like them, but after running the machine, I think that this would actually probably be better, because it's I think that this material will actually hold up better to the vibrations of the machine and keep it from having all those cracks and everything like other brands do. Now another thing that they've done with these is these bars can move. They can flex in and out, so that way if you hit something with it, it will give a little bit but not too much, and then flex back, so that way it's not bending something if you do run it into something. It won't allow it to go in far enough to make contact with the tedder stars, but it does allow a little flex, and that also helps with the vibration to keep anything from breaking. Another thing with these is they do have these flotation slots nice and long for this thing to flex up and down and float over the ground really well. That was something I was really surprised about, because we've only ever had a 4-star tedder before, and we've thought about getting a 6-star, and after today I would actually like to have both, because we do have a little bit of some fields that are extremely small. It's like 5 acres or so, and then we have large fields. But with this one, it does a really nice job going over rough ground with terraces or anything, which I was kind of concerned about with the size of a fluffer it is. With our ground, we have a lot of hilly, mountainy, gully, and or ditches and terraces in our land, and this thing actually did a really nice job of floating over all that and not causing any damage or anything. The tubulars design that they have here is a square tube design. This is a 5/8 steel thickness on these. It's really thick. You can see it. They're built really heavy from the frame design and the tubular. It has a support frame over the top. The support is 3/8 steel. It's built extremely heavy across this area. It does have steel bumper guards on it that are built real heavy too with this round tubing, but the thing about these is there's nothing attached to them as far as pulling down weight. The jack is separate, which I'll show in a minute, from the actual guards on it that are steel. There's nothing pulling on them or anything to affect them. These are another composite material, so that way if you hit anything for some reason with them, they're not going to crack and break off from the flopping, either from moving around like the other ones will. They have nice bushings here to allow these to vibrate and move. They've put a lot of thought into that to keep their guards from breaking off and falling off, which has been an issue with other brands that we've had. Another thing that they've done is that I really like an adjustment on, and I feel like a lot of people don't use this adjustment a lot. There's under here there's 3 holes. You can set different heights for your tilt on your fluffer. Now if you're, say you want to get a lot of throw in your hay and get it really high up in the air and scatter it out real good and really beat the hay, you're going to want that setting as high as it'll go, so that way you get more forward tilt downwards to the ground, and then when it grabs the hay it will sling it up higher that way, and that will actually help dry your hay out. Use this a lot on setting a lot on fescue or Bermuda grass or something when you're fluffing it. Now you can set these down low is the other way you can set them up, to where there's not as much tilt in these in the stars, and it will gently toss the hay. Now something I really noticed, the biggest difference in this fluffer and the other fluffers that we have is the speed of the stars. These stars seem to me like they turn a lot faster than the other fluffers we've had in the past, or that we have now, and it really chews and eats the hay and throws it. This thing is a hay eating machine, and it will sling hay. And normally when you're using the tedder, y'all probably know this, when you're in thinner hay you won't get a lot of toss in it. It'll kind of throw it a little bit, but it won't never really throw it that far. This one did. It threw thin hay far and thick hay, and it was I'd showed in a previous video that when I stopped the fluffer and turned it off, which y'all can go back and see it in the part 1 video of this demo, there was a 10 to 12 foot gap from where the hay line started from where I turned it off to the back of the tedder, and that was a huge difference in what ours that we have now does versus this one. They have put a heavy duty carry design on these wheels with large square tubing and heavy 5/8 steel plates in here, or 1/2 inch, and to carry this thing with adjustable axles to set your height. You put a roll bar in one end of it, and you can turn the axle to, or a piece of round rebar in one end of it, and you can turn the axle to set your height. On the inners versus the outers, it has multiple different settings for those, and you have 3 settings on the outer wheels. It has a big heavy duty hydraulic cylinder with screw-in adjustments on the end, so you can get it exactly how you want it to set. And it does use the finger design joints, I call them, to where they mount up like this. And they have actually have a unique design to where they have put springs in here in case, say this thing doesn't close just right and these ends don't meet up and they catch. Well, rather than breaking the ends, these have a spring-loaded design to give, so that way you don't break these and have to replace them. And then they have these nice fold-upable flaps on these, to where you can take them on and off to open that. And then the inners have rubber flaps on them. They have big heavy gearboxes on these. They're pretty good, large size. The bars for throwing the hay are real thick, as y'all can see. They're not little thin cheap bars. They come with scotches on the back for wheel scotches to hold when you're parking it so it can't roll. It just have little holders they slide in and out of. On the back you have a kickstand jack, so that way you can fold it down and it locks in place by a spring-loaded pin to keep, when you undo the fluffer, you put this down just to make sure that it doesn't flip backwards on you. And that is something that to me is real important, and it's a nice heavy design that is built separate. Our fluffers actually have the rear bars go across the back solid here, and it has a little cheesy fold down jack, and those things can break off real easy. This is actually a real nice beefy heavy design, so that way if you do was to forget to fold it up, you're not going to just rip it off and have a real big mess. This will actually has a skid plate on the bottom, and it will actually skid across the ground until you notice it without damaging it, the machine. It has a regular style screw jack on it that you can pin up or down. You can flip these backwards, which is another nice feature on these, that allows you to flip the jack up and it will not make contact with your tine bars. The ones we have, you have to flip forward, and if you have a tractor that's real low in this area with the PTO from here to here, the jack will actually get into the drive shaft because you have to fold it forward. With these you can fold them back and they won't make contact. Now this is something I really like. They have a heavy duty flip up to hold your drive shaft that's spring loaded to fold back down. It's not one of these little cheesy cheap little spring loaded flip up things that breaks and falls off and everything. It's a heavy duty steel plated drive shaft holder for when you don't have this thing hooked up, so your drive shaft's not falling down in your way when you're trying to hook the implement up to your tractor. They have a cool pin on these. Some of our other equipment has this style pin to where it's attached, and it has the pin attached to the top link, so you don't have to have a clip in the bottom that I'll always pull out from the hay. You actually drop these in, and then you take a clip from the top, so that way this thing won't come undone, and you click it in there. And I really like these style. I wish more companies would use this style pin for their machinery, because this is a lot better than the bottom clips that can get pulled out and you don't know it, and then the pin will come out and then you've really got a mess on your hands. I really like this design. They have these hose holders, so that way you do not have to worry about tying lines up. That is one thing I hate about our fluffers, is I constantly have to tie these hoses up to keep them from dragging and the tether arms from getting into them. With this, I don't have to worry about that. This is actually a line holder that they've put on here, and it's heavy duty steel plate for a line, just to hold some hydraulic lines that's not going to crack and break off. They have a screw style adjustment for your height. It has a hydraulic cylinder for your tilt. You can tilt these back. Say you get an obstruction you see in the field, like a rock or something that's sticking up and you don't want to run over it. You can flip these back, and by just hitting the hydraulics a little bit, it will tilt back, unlike our fluffer, and then you can hit it and it'll tilt back down when you go the opposite direction. So the tilt is actually usable. And this is you see these on a lot of fluffers. It's the hydraulic height set. You can just screw this to set your height, and then it's preset from then on, and you just flip it down to whatever your tractor is. Now, as far as the way this machine performed, it performed really well. It cleaned the field well. I did not have it set as aggressive as I normally would as far as closeness to the ground, because obviously this machine isn't mine, it is Cane Equipment's, and I didn't want to take a chance on possibly breaking teeth, but these teeth are pretty heavy duty teeth like the ones on our fluffers we currently have, and I don't think that they would be, from the looks of them, I do not think that you'll have any broken teeth for this machine, but that being said, I didn't want to take a chance on damaging it. But it is a very heavy build. That's what I really like about these. Now CLAAS, if I'm not mistaken, offers these fluffers, these Volto fluffers, from a 4-star to all the way up to a 10, I believe. And I think their biggest model is the 1100, but I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that. A lot of people around here have bought the 4-star and really like it. I've run the 6-star. The 6-star uses a square tubular design. The 4-star uses a round tubular design. I've heard nothing but good things out of the 4-star. These tethers are pretty new to our area. Not a lot of people's had them. I do have a round baler CLAAS variant. I have 2 CLAAS mowers that I also have reviews on. We really like those. Everything we've had that's been CLAAS so far, we really like. They have done a real nice job with this in the way they've designed it and the durability, and they went into a lot of detail on every little piece. They've even come right here and mounted hooks for you to strap, because a lot of times everybody wants to throw their strap right across these bars for the guards, and it'll end up cutting the straps or something. And they've actually went and put U straps in, holders for tie down straps. They went into a lot of detail on these. As far as the performance of it, it cleaned the field good. It floated across the field really well. It threw the hay and scattered it out exceptionally well. I have not ever seen another tether that we have used to date that will do as well of a job scattering the hay out and really beating the hay to get it to dry out, and the amount of lift you get throwing it. Now that being said, you can also set these up to where they don't have that much aggressiveness. As say you're in alfalfa or something, you can lower your wheel height down to where you don't have as much lift, and you can gently scatter it along. And if the turbine speed is too fast for you, you can always just idle it down a little bit and run the machine a little slower. And that is a key thing. You can't go faster, but you can go slower with machinery. And a lot of companies have overlooked that, and they've tried to play more to just alfalfa in a lot of cases, and it hurts them on the other grasses. And you can always idle your tractor down to make it turn slower, so that way you don't beat your leaves off. But they have done a real nice job with this, and I don't want to take it back, to be honest with you. I really don't. I really like this thing. But unfortunately I've got to take it back, but I don't want to. It has really made an impression on me, and I really like this thing. And I haven't ever said that about a lot of stuff we have, but this is one piece of machinery that I really like. And I did not think when I got this to demo it that it was going to be that big of a difference between what we have now and what this is. And I thought that we had as about as good a tether as there was, and this one has by far surpassed that and really impressed me with what I've seen. Now our other tether is a good tether. Some of y'all have seen it, and I really like it, but this one is a really good tether. And they've went into a lot of nice details and features on it that a lot of fluffers don't have or offer all in one package. And if y'all want to get one of these, look up Kane Equipment at kaneequipment.com. Their phone number is 770-983-3608. They are out of Claremont, Georgia, and they ship equipment everywhere. They'll have this piece of machinery. If you watch the other demo video with the Coon speed rate, y'all can both of these machines will be at the dealer, and you can purchase them. They had this machine online with a price. Now I don't know if that was the price before it was demoed or after, but y'all can go on there and look it up and check out their website. They've got a lot of nice equipment on there, and I cannot stress enough how much I like this thing. But it is a Volto 800TH CLAAS, and you can get it here. There's our sticker. Y'all can pause it and look at it, get right down the information. There'll be a slide at the end of the video with the same thing. That'll be in larger print that you can probably see a little better. If you're also interested in any tractors or anything, they're a Massey dealer. We have this 4610. We've bought this a couple years ago from them, and we've got 1,100 hours on it, and it has been an excellent tractor. It is a compact utility model, so they do have a lot of Massey Ferguson equipment. If you're interested in Massey stuff or you like them, they carry CLAAS and several other brands. Just check out their website and y'all can see every brand they've got, and they sell. They're real nice people and good people, and once again I just want to give them a big thank you for allowing me to do this. If y'all will, like I said in the other video, please hit the like button and give them a call. Just talk to them about some equipment or anything. Let them know that you appreciate them allowing me to do this. They're real good people, and they're real good people to deal with. They're not trying to rip you off or anything like a lot of places do. They'd rather move a lot of equipment than and make it over a lot of pieces of machinery than make it all on one piece of machinery. And that's another thing I really like about dealing with Canes. And I want to say thank you again to Cave and Jody Kane, and his dad and mom also. I really appreciate them allowing me to do this, and so I could show this machinery to y'all and not putting any restrictions on me about what I can and can't say. And that means a lot, because I'm not a liar, and I don't want to lie to somebody about something and tell them something that's not true. If I really don't like a piece of machinery, I'm not going to demo it. I'm not going to show it, and I'm not going to talk about it. But if there is something about it that I didn't particularly like, I will tell you. I didn't see anything with this machine that I did not like. There was not one thing about it that I saw that I didn't like. We will be looking into buying a CLAAS tedder when our other ones finally do give up. And I don't know if it'll be the 800 or if it will be their 4-star tedder, but we will be looking at this. Ideally, I would like to have both. I'd like to have a 6-star and a 4-star, because then I could use a 6-star in our large fields and a 4-star in our small fields. But if you do want to buy just one fluffer, this fluffer does do really good in smaller fields too. But we do run a 2-fluffer operation, so I would probably get one of each. But as far as if you want to run one, this one can handle small stuff. It will go over terraces and ditches and different things, and float nicely over rough ground as well as smooth flat ground. So don't let that shy away from you. But they do, key thing here, have heavy duty tires and suspension to carry the load, the extra weight on these, and that is a big deal for me when buying this, because some of y'all, if y'all been following my channel, have seen what our other tedders have done recently and in the past, and I definitely want a heavier duty carry suspension on my fluffers from now on in the centers. But thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe. I hope y'all like this video. I'll see y'all later. Give me a big thumbs up. Call them, let them know. Visit their website, and let me know what y'all think. And thanks for watching. See you later.